Hello, my dear friends. Today we are going to discuss about standardization, general meaning of standardization, and its need in Ayurveda for Ayurvedic formulations. Whenever we are talking about standardization, it comes to mind about a process to develop technical standard based on different analytical procedures and consensus of different parties including institution, organization, firms, users or various interest groups so that maximum benefit can be achieved. So we can say that standardization is a framework of agreements which is ultimately in benefit of industry, organization or common people, we can say, as a consumer. If we see the definition given by ISO, standardization is a process of formulating and applying rules for an orderly approach to a specific activity for the benefit and with cooperation of all concerned, and in particular for the promotion of an optimal overall economy, taking due account of functional conditions and safety requirements. So when we see this definition, some of the points are important to understand. Like this is about the process for both formulating the standard and its implications also. Another is the emphasis is on cooperation of all concerned and achieving consensus. All concerned may be from various streams of science, that may be from firm point of view, that may be from industry point of view, that may be from consumer point of view, and many more, whoever is relevant to the topic. So standardization process is a dynamic, it keeps pace with progress. It means there is always options for amendment, rectification. Then another point is it calls for pulling together of all knowledge, expertise and experiences of all those who are concerned. It means it is a teamwork where experiences and expertise of various experts are entertained. It is economically as well as socially beneficial. That we will see when we will talk about the benefits for the industry. So there are various applications for standardization, some of them are quoted here. First of all, that is units of measurement. We know that two different systems of measurements are used, or those are standardized. That is the imperial system and the metric system. Earlier, it was based on local units. So there was no unit which was internationally accepted by every country, by every people. So to increase the interoperability between different peoples and nations, these units were standardized, which can be observed same way across the globe. Another point is terminology and symbolic representation. Terminology standardization is important as that relates to methods, management, localization, Standardization of terminology is important as every technical body needs standardized terminology. At international level itself, there are 200 technical committees responsible for standardization of terminologies. They are unifying their terminology on a larger or smaller scale. Various international, regional, and national authorities also are concerned with this. According to OECD, terminology management is an essential element of an organization metadata management system. Same way, terminology standardization is too much important for Ayurveda also, where every single word or every single terms must be standardized, which should be accepted by everyone related to Ayurveda or apart from Ayurveda, so that there should not be any dispute for this. Then it comes to standardization of product and procedure. Standardization of product and procedure is directly related with uniformity of product. It focuses on the product creation process, operations, or various other applications related with those products. It includes manufacturing, business, packaging, and all those points are coming with this. Those we will deal when we are discussing in details with the specific products. The strategy of standardization is focused on every single aspects related with the product, procedure, and industry itself. Fourth point is a standardization for safety and goods. We all know what from this definition also we have come across, that standards are related to design, manufacturing of consumer products to ensure that they do not present harm of hazards, because safety of people are too much important. So in this health conscious world, product safety is too much emphasized, and thus possible through standardization. So we also know that standardization is procedure to make something conform to standard. So we need to understand what is standard. Standard, we can say, is a specific standardization effort. It may be in form of a document containing a set of conditions to be fulfilled, or we can say standard operating procedures should be there. There must be guidelines for all the procedures. Every step must be dealt in details. So ultimately it takes the form of a document, we can say. Second, standard is a fundamental unit of physical constant. It means is the unit which is needed to be followed. It is a unit which is not going to change if we want to ensure uniformity of the product. So whatever guidelines are given, accordingly we have to follow all the conditions and processes. We can say standard is an object for physical comparison. Means whatever we have made, that must be compared for on every specific protocol for analysis to ensure the efficacy and quality of the product. The biggest question is coming. A lot of times you will come across with number of Ayurvedic people. They used to say that we don't need these things, or standardization and all quality, these things in Ayurveda, because Ayurveda itself dealing with quality product. They must know that we have the origin of Ayurveda thousands years back. So if that is in 1,000 years, means number of changes has occurred. It's not only the environmental changes or geographical changes what we have observed. It's also about the genotypic and phenotypic changes of drugs as well as human constitution also. Even we have observed that recent adverse events with many of herbal supplements or drugs, with number of herbo-mineral drugs and metal drugs. There is a region in Western countries, specifically in US, they are not allowing metal drugs. Even for herbal also they are putting in food supplement under the guidelines of FAO, or that must be according to a screening of their standard, where safety and efficacy are too much emphasized. There are various reasons why botanicals or the herbal need to be subjected to modern day scrutiny for quality, safety and efficacy, as pollutions, contaminations of various metals, heavy metals or other pollutants are there. Even genotypic changes are happening, whether these changes bring the change in metabolites, because it's the gene what guides for every single step in any living being. So there are reasons behind this, why we need standardization. First of all, if we talk, there are modifications and corruptions of original system of medicine. How much we are sure that whatever Ayurveda we are looking today is the same what were formed originally? Because thousands years back we have come across number of things which has changed our things, specifically invasions, that lot of invasions India has gone through. Even we were not having those procurement system for our literatures. Those were encrypted on those bhujpatra or number of times on stones, and we have observed those things from that. Many of these things have passed from one generation to another generation. Even some of the books, what is the boundary of modern India, was not here. We have got that from present time Afghanistan also. Number of them, even though those books are not completed. So many regions are there that may be responsible for modifications of original system of medicine. So standardization is too much essential for this. Second is socio-economic changes in herbal practice. Earlier, Bhaishjyas used to go to jungle or collect their own medicine by themselves. They used to observe and then utilize those medicines. Even lot of places are suggested not to proper for collection of medicines. But at present time in this commercial world we are not following all those things. We have just to meet the demand. So even the society has changed. Economic purpose of the collection and utilization of medicines have changed. Everything is commercialized. Now experts are there for everything. So we need standardization to bring quality product which can meet all the standards for any quality crude drug or finished product. And this is the important point: changes in physical constitution, social habits and environmental stressors. Since hundreds of years, regular changes used to occur in our body, that comes to gene, and those mutations are passed to next generation that may be appearing after 3, 4, 5, 6 generations. That might be there. Even we have heard that earlier man were too much of height, with very well built and all. Fossils describe number of things. Even our social habits have changed. We are more turned towards urbanizations. Even in villages you will also find that development, so-called development, are reaching. So number of things have changed. Even in my environmental stressors. Environmental stressors means which are stimuli in our environment that cause stress. And many of these things are affecting a human body. So whatever is appropriate at present time, that's required to standardize according to the condition. Then we come across phenotypic and genotypic changes in plant species. Same like human beings also. Regular changes in plant species are also there. Number of varieties are developed. Even those changes are coming in forms of subspecies. Ultimately, due to this gene level changes, appearance is also changing. So whether that these changes bring the change in primary or secondary metabolites also, we don't know. We don't know whether those medicines, whatever suggested thousands years back, may be used same way, because constituents were that time what were there, that the same over here at now also. Number of changes have occurred. We can't rely on these things. Scientifically we can't rely. So we need to standardize everything of this to conform with the old procedures or the all old mentionings. Number of drugs have disappeared also. Number of drugs are on the verge of extinctions. They are in danger. So government allow officially, those are the substitutes. Whether those substitutes have the same compounds, whether those substitutes have same effect on the body, whether those substitutes are conforming with almost negligible side effects or side effects are different, whether all the systems are responding to those substitutes same way with the originals they were responding. So there's a lot of questions come to mind. So we need standardization. Then we need to standardize herbals as supplements also, as concomitant therapy, because number of herbals only, they provide various nutrients that may be in terms of minerals or in terms of different fibers, primary source of energy or other secondary metabolites. So we need standardization for all these things. These are the regions we need standardization in Ayurveda. Then there are proliferation of proprietary formulas over traditional generic formulas. Generic, we all know, those are the brand name drugs that have exactly the same doses, use, effects, side effects and route of administrations with risk, safety and strength of original drug. Number of drugs at present in market, they are based on proprietary formulas, means formula of individuals. Individuals may include any specific person, organization, firm, like that way. Number of drugs are not traditional one, are not mentioned in our classical text. So these all are the reasons why we need standardization for that, even for already established one or whatever is new is coming. We need to standardize due to our changed lifestyle, due to our changed dietary habits, as now it's more luxurious life compared to earlier one. Our dietary habits are changed, number of fast foods or processed foods are there. So same way these medicines will work. If we talk that a person who is very healthy and the person who is emaciated or weak person, the drug will work same way on both of them. That's a matter of question. So we need standardization. Exactly. Even consumption pattern of traditional product has changed. Everywhere you will find allopathic medicines, or we are using lot of chemicals everywhere, either as cosmetics or for various reasons. For everywhere you will find involvement of chemicals are there. We have changed our consumption pattern also. We are not taking that way herbal products or traditional products. So impacts on the body due to interactions are same what was earlier, because the number of things have changed inside the body also. So we need to standardize, to check cross all these points also. Nowadays it's our exploitation of consumer sentiments on herbals. Those sellers used to say that they have no side effect, or they have very less side effect. There is nothing in this world without side effect. We must realize, side effects intensity may vary. We can say that herbals have less side effects, but we can't say that there is no side effect. Whatever we are eating, that's also having a lot of side effects, so we can't say this way. So whenever more of the people are using, or even single person is using, we need to ensure for quality product, so that life of anyone can be saved easily, and that should not be disturbed. Even medical science believes that medicine must be to cure others. It's unacceptable when it's harming anyway to anyone. So we need with insurity for safety and quality product, so we need standardization. Even according to the compatibility or the demand from the consumers, dosage forms of Ayurvedic formulations or medicines have also changed. This is whether the same way in terms of accurate dose, what are suggested in our classics, or whatever is the required, whether this is same way protected from gastric juice. If we are masking taste and odor, then the similar effects are coming or interactions are occurring inside those medicines. So these all points are coming before anyone, so we need standardization. Dosage form. The purpose at present is to minimize discomfort and give instant relief and improve patient compliance in terms of handling, storing mechanical shocks while handling or transporting, flexibility with different strength in terms of expected therapeutic effect, onset of those effects, intensity, duration of actions. Another reason is in self-interest of industry. This is the important reason because everything is commercialized and seen with eyes of commercialization or professionalism or from money point of view. So rationalization of different varieties of product is essential. Every time uniformity must be maintained. So there must be guidelines for that. Because uniformity is maintained, then product quality is improved, and wastage of products is reduced. So this is possible through standardization. Even inventory of the products or the storage of products can be reduced if we know the details about the products with their shelf life and all, and we know that how much time it will take to prepare a new product. So these all things are possible through standardization, and that's in the benefit of industry only. Standardization also helps to improve the management and design of the industry. It facilitates the exportation and marketing of products, and it simplifies purchasing management. So these all things, if you find from industry point of view, that's going to help financially, or that's going to be economically helpful for industry. So this every single industry needs standardization. So for this standardization, what we can do? We can develop analytical procedures or protocols for raw materials as well as for finished products. We can develop standard operating procedures for every single step, right from the collection of the drugs or procurement of drugs up to the packaging and bringing to the market. Every single steps must be dealt in detail. Like a lot of times you will find that in Ayurvedic manufacturing units, lot of Bhaishjyas they used to see, oh, these characters we have seen. So once this particular characteristic is appearing, then we have to see. We have to take out of the heat, or we have to proceed for next step. But you just think that if we know that we have to give heat for 30 minutes at particular temperature in this mentioned conditions, so anyone can handle, and that similar or uniformity of the quality can be maintained. Such steps should be detailed or apparently written, clearly mentioned. If that is there, then uniformity of the quality products can be maintained. Yeah, then how we will come to know that this should be there? Number of times we will repeat the experiments, we will see whatever is generalized way, that range can be given over there. So that is possible. We have done a lot of this such type of things. Then whatever the medicines were suggested earlier, or that's mentioned in Ayurveda, those based on just indications. We don't have the proof in terms of documents. They are indication based medicines, means that's suggested for one or two systems. So whether other systems are affected, whether any unwanted effect is there, we don't know. So we need complete pharmacological screening on laboratory animals according to guidelines, so that we can do biological assay same way as we are doing for following analytical protocols, chemical assays. Here biological assays can be done. Further, the dose is same way that will be responsible, what was earlier mentioned, because physical constitution and chemical constitution of the body has changed. So we need to go through dose determination and safety studies, and ultimately we should go with the clinical evaluation for a lot of documentations, so that it can be brought to anywhere in the world, and everyone should, or every country should accept the same way. In these all things, governments can help by various ways, through consumer awareness program, through international promotion program, by establishing or recognizing or helping private sector to open more drug testing laboratories, by improving through various health regulatory policies, by funding and supporting various organizations. So various things government can also do. Ultimately, we can say that standardization is a much needed public and private effort that will help in elevating traditional medicine to the levels it deserves internationally. So that's the basic of standardization. We will see how it can be done using quality control procedures in our another video. So thanks a lot. If you like this video, please subscribe this channel, like and share this video. We will cover the syllabus related to Rasas, Bhaishjya-kalpana, Dravyaguna of second year with time. Slowly it will cover all the syllabus of Ayurveda, because our purpose is to bring or to present Ayurveda in very scientific way. Thanks a lot.